Hey, what's up everybody? Michael here, and we all know that currently you cannot jailbreak a 13.00 PS4 as well as a 13.02, but we just got some news that came in today from Gajina, and what we saw here was a post on X that said another PS4 BDJ exploit. And then there is the mention here that this is not for the PlayStation 5 and that hope Sony can pay this faster, not like 6 months. There's a video here, and I've just stopped on this current frame because as you can see, it says hello from 13.00. So let's go ahead and watch the video in its entirety. Okay, so we see a PS4 here. This one is on 13.00. And they are using default username there, and they are running a BD disk, and you can see up at the top, and a hello from 13.00. Now let's go back and catch that frame before the notification appeared, and we can see that it does state here that there's a jar loader listening on port 9025. There is receiving a jar. And so I guess that was just, that was the hello world. And then there is the message hello from 13.00, which actually hasn't appeared yet. And then the hello world execution completed, and then it is waiting for the next jar file. And if I do resume this, you'll see there is where the pop-up does appear. Now, what is interesting in this thread is that there was a follow-up message here, and it said it should work up to the latest PS4 firmware version. We can see that 13.02 is the latest PS4 firmware available. But going back to the post here, since he stated here that hopes Sony can pay this time faster instead of 6 months, that's obviously referring to submitting this to HackerOne, which we've all either come to love them or to hate them. And then the exploit author can request for it to be disclosed to the public. But again, that's up to Sony on how they want to handle that. So realistically speaking, if you have a 13.00 machine right now, you will be able to jailbreak it with this at one point in the future. That is guaranteed because we have a userland and a lapse exploit that we can already chain together. And now what makes this second piece very interesting is that currently 13.02 is the latest PS4 firmware available. Currently 13.02 only has a userland exploit and not a kernel exploit, so you wouldn't be able to do anything with it today until a kernel exploit comes out, even if, let's just say, they decided to release it now, which they wouldn't because they've got to wait for Sony to approve it. Now, what's going to make the PlayStation scene very strange and possibly, I don't know, 6 months is that if we can actually have a jailbreak on a current firmware. If things like that do become possible, imagine the possibilities of potentially being on the PlayStation Network because we already are jailbroken at that point. I'm sure there's probably going to be methods to determine if you're jailbroken. But, I mean, look how good it is right now over on the PlayStation 3. You know, you can be on PlayStation Network, you can play backup games, you can get trophies for them, and, you know, everything just seems to work great. Imagine if we are at that point for the PlayStation 4. Anyways, I just wanted to share some off-the-cuff thoughts. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael, out!